The data for the number of legal immigration into the UK in 2022 will be released by the UK Home Office for National Statistics on the 25th of May 2023. And one of the major concerns raised in the Parliament as regards this expected figure is the fact that the number of immigrants coming through the student routes has increased drastically in 2022 compared to previous year. And the question on everyone's lips is how the UK government is planning to reduce the number of dependents students can bring into the UK on a Tier 4 visa. And I'm sharing with you guys all the updates as regards this information in this video. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Daniel, and if you haven't clicked on the subscribe button, please do to join the amazing growing family. And for my 10 subscribers, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before I get right into the video, I would like to give a special shout out to the sponsor of this video, AmberStudent. Are you planning to move to the UK, to the US, to Canada, to Australia, any of the European or Asian countries, and you're thinking of accommodation, then you need to check out AmberStudent. Now, AmberStudent is an online platform that assists students to securing accommodation close to their university. It's no longer news that accommodation is one of the major challenges faced by international students moving to the developed countries. And the good thing is, AmberStudent has got this covered. They've got loads of accommodation offering available for international students across various cities in the world. AmberStudent has got over 1 million accommodation offering across the globe, close to over 800 universities in over 250 cities. And why would you want to book your accommodation with AmberStudent? They've got fast and easy bookings, 100% verified listings, price match guarantee, and one-to-one expert assistance with an accommodation expert in the organization. Now, AmberStudent has got one of the most amazing accommodations across the globe. Personally, I've been able to, have a first-hand look at some of their accommodation, and I can tell you it's a world-class accommodation for international students. And the benefit that comes with this is that you get to live close to your university, and this is going to save you a lot on transportation cost. Now, they've got accommodation across various cities across the globe. They've got accommodation in London, Glasgow, Liverpool, Chicago, Dallas, Sydney, New York, Manchester, and many other cities across the globe. And how can you book your accommodation with AmberStudent? Then you need to check out the personal assistant form on their website. You can fill in the requirements you're looking at as regards accommodation, and you're going to get a call or an email from them providing the different accommodation offerings available. So if you are ready to book your accommodation, then go on the link on my bio to have a chat with an accommodation expert with AmberStudent, and I'm giving you 100% guarantee that your accommodation, securing your accommodation with AmberStudent is going to go smoothly than you've ever experienced. So guys, your accommodation situation is going to be sorted by AmberStudent. Go to the link on my bio and have a chat. In the last year, 2022, the UK experienced the largest level of migration into the country, and many of those migration were through the student visa, of which many of the immigrants were recorded to be from Nigeria, India, and Pakistan. And the news going around and information going around is the fact that the government is planning to look for a way to reduce the level of immigration into the UK. And the amazing thing is that one of the ways for them to achieve this is through the UK dependent visa, because many of the dependent visa don't come in directly into the UK. They needed a primary applicant before they can move into the UK. And information going around from the information coming from the from the UK government is the fact that the UK dependent visa might be affected after the National Statistics release its official data. Now, the ministers are devising plans to prevent family members of international students at British universities from joining them in the UK. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, braces himself for record-breaking number of net migration to the UK. So in as much as the Prime Minister, finds pride in the fact that he's bringing in international, students, workers to help with the UK economy, and many of the ministers do not share in this same ideology with the Prime Minister, and there's been a lot of, plans on how to reduce the number of dependent visa coming into the UK with students coming to the UK for different programs across different universities here in the UK. Now, interestingly, the Conservatives promised to bring the overall number of immigrants down significantly at the 2019 election. However, the official data is expected to indicate that net migration broke all records in 2022. Now, the Conservatives has got initial plan of reducing the number of migration into the UK for both those coming through the legal route and those coming in illegally. However, that has not been the case in the last 4 years. The number of immigration into the UK has also increased drastically through the student visa. Now, a government insider has reported saying that the number will be high when the data is released by the office, that's the Home Office for the National Statistics, on the 25th of May. Now, consequently, ministers are now busy developing plans to deal with the one area of legal migration that has seen a significant boom recently. That's right, the plans tend to tackle the number of dependents or family members who accompany overseas master's students to Britain, mostly from Nigeria and India. And that is the truth. Many of the immigrants coming to the UK are actually from Nigeria and India. At a particular point while I was living in Newcastle, I could hardly see a white person without seeing another immigrant in the same street, because the population of immigrants in the UK is really increasing. And to be honest with you guys, in as much as this is good for the country, good for the immigrants, it's also important to look at the side effects of this increase. Now, for those who are conversant with social media, there's been a particular video that was trending a couple of months ago as how 35 families came to view a single two-bedroom accommodation in London. That's tell you how much the number of people in the UK doesn't match with the available resources. And this has been a very big challenge when it comes to living in the UK as an immigrant. The level of scarcity of accommodation, number of hours you spend in the hospital to even get a booking is absolutely ridiculous. The Home Office, the Treasury, and the Department of Education are devising a plan to prevent dependents of master's students on one-year course from coming to the UK. An official claimed that the majority of these courses have a duration of 9 months, so the new plans would not have any crucial impact on UK's ability to attract talented individuals from different parts of the world. Another minister also confirmed that the primary focus is now on reducing the number of dependents of master's students migrating to the UK, while stating that the government is a long way from David Cameron's promise to bring down the annual net drastically. And furthermore, the Treasury and Education Secretary Gillian Keegan has also accepted the political need to prevent the number of dependents of overseas students from coming to the UK. Don't forget, the Treasury has always been in favor of higher migration previously. Now, this is a call to those who have families or dependents back home and they're planning on bringing them later in the future. And it's important for you to ensure that you want to speed up that particular process, but we don't know, because we don't know what the plan of the government would be going forward as regards the UK dependent visa. And to be honest with you guys, in my own personal opinion, I think reducing the number of dependent visa has its own advantages. At the same time, it has its own disadvantages, to be honest. As regards to the UK government, finding a way to reduce the number of dependent visa, many of the talented individuals will choose not to come to the UK anymore, because obviously that was the selling point that made a lot of immigrants decide to move into the United Kingdom. However, it's just a call to everyone who has dependents back home, or you're planning to come to the UK and you're procrastinating. It might actually be the right time for you to go ahead with your process, so that when this law comes into play, the general election is going to be happening very soon. And if the conservative get into power, then there might be a lot of changes as regards the different visa categories, starting from the post-study work visa, dependent visa, and many more, because it's their desire, it's their plan to reduce the number of net migration into the United Kingdom. So guys, if you have anyone who has dependents back home, it's a time to give them a shout out, share this video with them so that they can, speed up their process of bringing their family straight into the United Kingdom. So if you find this video resourceful, click on the like button. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, please click on the red subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And for my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.